everyone, it's Terry, the very uncoordinated crafter. Today I'm going to I have three different projects here. I'm going to make a wall sconce, two of them, using 97-cent wood rectangles from Walmart and two of the Dollar Tree planks that you get in a pack of, I think, 5. Um, Now here I am using regular stain, and it stunk very bad. I should have wore gloves, but I didn't. I love the color. The color is very pretty, but the smell was so bad that that's all I could smell when I walked into the room for about 3 days. Um, I aired the room out, but I did not know it was going to be that way, or I wouldn't have used it. So I didn't realize if you weren't spraying that you needed to go outside, but you definitely do. I don't know what I'm going to do when it gets cold. If I guess I just won't use actual stain, but it's very pretty, and I don't even know what color it is because I have like 3 of them laying here. I don't know which one I used for sure. I picked it up at a flea market for $1, and it's like 3/4 of the way full. So I got a really good deal on it. But anyways, these are the wood planks. They come 5 in a pack, and then the two rectangles are from Walmart in their wood craft section, and they were 97 cents. And you can get ovals and rectangles, and it seems like there's another shape, maybe circles or something, but they're 97 cents, so it makes it really economical, really budget friendly. So anyways, I paint everything with the stain, which is very pretty. Shows the beautiful wood grain, and for $1 for 5 of those wood planks, you can't beat the price. So I am doing up some tumbling tower blocks. I only end up using 4, but I did do up some extras. At the time I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use them or if I was even going to need them, but I went ahead and did up a few of them. But I actually only used 4, 2 for each sconce, and this sconce turns out really pretty. I actually love it. I'm going to put it up in my bathroom. Excuse me. I said and then I didn't have anything else to say. How awkward. Anyway, I'm expecting a really important phone call, and I waited and waited and waited so that I could do my voiceover, but she still hasn't called me yet. Okay, so my wood planks are all dry, and I'm going to use the big butterfly. Now at first I was going to cut these out. I was thinking they were put on there a little differently than they were. I thought they had a backing that you would have to peel it, like a mesh or something. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, so I put that on there, and I leave it kind of up towards the top. And I want to let you know, these things, I just barely scratched on the surface of that, and it scratched that little mirror. It's so cheap. I do end up getting my wood planks on there crooked, like too far on one end, and I turned around and did the other one exactly the same, even though I knew I did the first one crooked. But anyway, I'm just trying to get these up here so that I can get the tumbling tower blocks on there, in the to support it in the correct spots. Now this isn't going to hold a lot of weight. This is just decoration, to use one of the little battery lights, tea light candle lights from the Dollar Tree. I put up some greenery, and then I put that little light. And I think that's why I did the tumbling tower blocks, was because I didn't know if I wanted to lift the lights up or not. And look, I just knocked it over. But it's got enough sticky hot glue. It had enough sticky hot glue on there to hold it up. I just bumped it too many times and knocked it over. So you want to use wood glue, but standing straight up like that made it difficult to be able to clamp it. So that's what the tumbling tower blocks are for. So I'm going to use the wood glue and hot glue to stand this up. And I've never had luck with my, oh, I'm just using the wood glue. Anyways, you can see I have it too far over, and when you're looking at it, it would be on the left side. But while I was doing it, it was my right. But once I get the towering tumbler, yeah, the tumbling tower blocks on there, of course I can let go of it then, and it stays. But I wished I didn't have it over there. You probably wouldn't have noticed it had I not said it. I don't know, maybe you would have. But I seem to make mistakes in every single project that I do, but I just keep going because that's what we do, right? We can't just throw away everything that we try. Anyways, I think these turn out absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to put some greenery here. I have it setting on my lantern there. I do have a video on how to make that lantern. I don't know if I show it or not here. But anyways, look how pretty that is. Oh yeah, you can see the reflection of the butterfly. So it turned out really, really pretty. And very easy and very cheap. So it cost me, literally $1 because I still have more butterflies, I still have more wood planks, and, well, not $1. The rectangle plank from Walmart cost me $1, so it would be a little bit over $1, so about $1.50. We'll just say $1.50. $1.50. Anyways, so I'll go on to make another one, and this time I'm using 2 of the smaller butterflies, and this turns out really beautiful too. And the exact same thing. I didn't learn anything from the first one. I went ahead and made the same mistake, and what I did was I put the first one there to line it up with the new one, so that I made sure they were both the same size for when they go on the wall, and I just pushed it right up against it, which made it come out too far on my right side, which when you're looking at it, it's the left side. Excuse me, exactly the same way as I did the other one. So I didn't learn anything the first time. Lots and lots of wood glue comes out of there when you turn that baby upside down. Anyway, so I tried the Gorilla Wood Glue, and it works really well. And so does the, what is it, Tight Bond? That stuff works really well also. So I don't really notice a difference between the two. I don't know which one is cheaper, but either one of them works well. See, that's standing up by itself with just the wood glue, wet wood glue on it. So anyway, we get the tumbling tower blocks. And you could use the other tumbling tower blocks and make a little stand for the light so it comes up higher. I think that's what I was thinking when I, finished those, when I put the stain on them. So anyways, I made sure that they were even with each other, and so that way they will go up nicely in my bathroom. I need to paint. Every room in my house needs painted, but instead I sit down here crafting, and it's about all I do. Storing up Dollar Tree items and digging them up and going, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember when I bought that. So yeah, I was jiggling it there, showing you that it's not sturdy. It's not that sturdy. So anyways, look how pretty it is. It's going to look really pretty up on the wall, and I'm just going to decorate it the same way that I did with some greenery and use a Dollar Tree faux tea light candle. You can see the reflection. See, I thought I had the camera turned around already when I did that. See, look how pretty it is. Very pretty. And I'm going to decorate it pretty much just like that. Have the greenery hanging over. And you see the reflections in the butterflies there. Looks very pretty. And very easy and very economical. So, there you go. Alright, my giant solo cup. So, excuse me. So what I did was I cleaned it off really, really well. I didn't go in fast motion yet. I don't know why. It's not like I have to show you a big list of items that we're going to use. We're going to use nautical rope from, well, I'm not sure if they call them both nautical rope, but you need the actual brown rope and the white rope. We're going to use both of those for this. And we're going to basically hot glue around this to, it's for my peace lily plant that I received from a very good friend when my son passed away. She sent it. Absolutely beautiful plant. It's not blooming right now, so I didn't get to show the beautiful bloom on the camera, but I do show it at the end of the tutorial. So anyways, you know, if you've worked with the white rope at all, you know it starts to fray immediately. But anyways, we're going to untwist these, I don't know what you call it, the rope. You're going to untwist it into 3 equal parts, and then the brown rope goes into 4 separate parts. So I'm going to start here with the brown rope, and as I go along I twist. So I'm going to glue it down, and then as I go, at the bottom, the very first rope, I glue it almost all the way around. I twist and I glue, and I twist and I glue, and then after that I only glue on the back side where I started the rope, which becomes your back side because you don't want that part to show. But here I need to do the whole thing because I need to make sure that the red doesn't show, that it's completely covered. So you go around the whole thing, and then after that you're basically, oh my goodness, my dog just snored and scared me. It sent shivers up my spine. He let out a whistly snore. Anyway, so you're just making sure that it's completely covered. Then after that you only glue, you know, like if you see there's a gap or something, go ahead and glue it. But you're basically only going to glue where you started. And if that's the only place that you glue, then it doesn't look bad. If you glue it in different spots, yeah, I told you to go ahead and wrap all the way around, but then I went ahead to show you in case I wasn't smart enough to remember to tell you only glue at the back side. But anyways, if you glue around in different spots, always end on the same spot. So if you make it all but 2 inches from that spot, go back, go back to where you know, the beginning point there, and cut your rope off. And you do end up with a couple pieces that are, not quite long enough to reach all the way around, but just like that right there. So I go back and I glue it, and then I cut it off, and I end up with that, excess piece there, extra. But anyways, if you glue it, I'm going to finish saying it this time. If you glue it too much and you glue it in too many different spots, it leaves divots, or it makes it uneven. So you only want to glue where you start and stop. You always want to start and stop in the same spot, and you only want to glue in that spot also. So here I'm just showing you anytime you're using the white rope, if you you take the tape off of it and then you separate it, you need to retape it. You need to retape the individual pieces. If not, it will unravel. It is made of small strings and it will unravel on you. And it's very important that you twist as you go. You can see the curly in the rope, and you really don't want that because you're going to see red gaps. So I'm going to make sure that my white is all in the same spot. So I went by the bottom line of the giant solo cup. I mean, it's just like a solo cup. See where the line is there. I'm just making sure that my white rope is on that all the way around. Excuse me, darn it. I have a scratchy throat today. It seems to be worse than usual. But anyways, yeah, I'm just making sure that it's even all the way around. And then, of course you're going to glue where we start and stop. And I get the glue all over my fingers. Anyway, all the way around to where we start. I sound like a broken record. But anyways, yeah, just go around and around and around. And then you're going to start and stop again. And what I do is I take the glue gun and I put some glue on it and I use that little thingy to stick it down, but it wasn't working real well for this one. And as I said in my last video, I've got my mouth about 2 inches from the microphone. And it's still not very loud, but it's better than what it was in the couple videos before that one. But anyways, so I'm just starting and stopping. This one's really raveled because I didn't tape it. If I would have taped it, it wouldn't have done that. It would only be unraveled at the very, very end. So be careful. I did get burnt. What happened was I get burnt a lot, but it's not serious. It's you touch it, you pull your finger off, and you wipe it real quick. You hear my fingers rubbing together. You do that, but I touched it, and something happened at that exact moment. I don't know if it was a dog bark or what it was, but the sensation of the burn and hearing the noise at the same time, I pulled my hand back like I just put it in boiling water. And it did burn. It did, I don't think it left a mark, but it was on my tender part of my skin. Oh my goodness. But I think it made the pain worse because of the noise that I heard. So it was, it was psychologically painful, I guess. It's kind of weird how that worked. And I was chuckling about it. Like it didn't hurt that bad, that I jerked my hand away like I just touched a boiling pot of lobsters or something. But anyways, I'm going to go up a long ways with the rope, with the white, and then do an equal part of the brown up at the top. Now, I want to tell you what happened at the top, because I'm going to put handles on this. So I've had this ring that came off of the bottom of not ramen, well, it was ramen noodles, I guess, but one of the soupier ones or whatever, the big bowls, and off of the bottom, I'm trying to think because those are plastic. Maybe they have a cardboard. Oh, it was the top rim is what it was. And it has a cardboard over top of the plastic. Anyways, I kept that to do something with it. And I thought, well, I can just cut that in half and make handles. And I'm so proud of myself, patting myself on the darn back. And yeah, I get to twisting the rope around, in and out of that, to cover it with rope, cover that cardboard piece, and that sucker broke on me. So I'm all the way up at the top. There's no going back. So I was so disappointed. So I had to hot glue it together. And see, my computer will show like it's really slowing down sometimes, but then when I watch the video later, it's not in the video. So it just did that. Kind of freaks me out a little bit, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose all my progress. But anyway, yeah, it breaks on me, and I did my best to fix it, but it turned out looking like poop. I'm still going to use it, don't get me wrong. It's my peace lily plant's already in it. It's sitting up on my freezer, though. I need to take some tumbling tower blocks and make a little stand for it to set it up a little bit out of the bottom of the cup, since the cup doesn't have any drainage holes. The pot that I'm putting in it does drain, so it will just drain into the bottom of the solo cup, and the plant won't be touching it, so it won't be setting in its own, gross water or whatever. So after I water it, or I'll have to take it out to water it or whatever, but I'll have it up just a little bit. It sits down in there nicely, but I'm going to pull it up just a little bit with some tumbling tower blocks. But it looks absolutely fantastic. The big thing about this wrapping, it used to really get on my nerves, so I avoid it. I've avoided wrapping because I wrapped up a couple vases one time and I just hated it. I hated every second of it. This time it wasn't so bad because I was watching Bob's Burgers while I was doing it. And I say watching, I wasn't watching it, I was listening to it. I have the camera going and I can see the camera on my screen, and then in the background YouTube is playing Bob's Burgers. So I listen to that the whole time that I'm doing it, and it makes the time go by faster, and it keeps my mind occupied, so I'm not thinking about, this is a monotonous job. I actually enjoyed it this time. So, man, I've got so many more things that I can wrap. Well, I got plenty of rope. I ordered a case of rope thinking that they were going to be mixed, the white and the brown, and they weren't. It was all white. So I have I don't know how many it is, 24 or 30 white rope. So then I still wanted the brown rope, so I ordered another case of that. So I got plenty of rope to wrap stuff with. But anyway, yeah, same thing. I just take that little cardboard piece, and I recommend using something other than paper. And I put it down there, and I go ahead and wrap it around like normal, except I'm really emphasizing there on each side of the leg of the paper. See, that one just popped out for no reason. I just didn't have it good enough. But anyway, I go around a few times, basically all the way up to the top with the twine, so it's really, I really wanted it secure in there. I just put too much pressure on it as I was wrapping the rope. And I didn't get them even either. As you can see when I set it up there, that the one should have been out closer to the front of the basket, but I didn't quite get it even. Like I said, every project I do, there's something that I do wrong. Always. Always something. Did I learn anything? Probably not. Knowing me, I probably did not learn anything. So, I was for a while. I was writing down dad jokes to tell while I'm doing these voiceovers, but I didn't. I don't know where I wrote them, so I can't tell you a joke right now. They're dumb ones though, like what did the grape say when he got stepped on? Nothing. He just let out a little whine. Let's see, dad jokes. Silly jokes. But there's a billion of them out there. Just cute little jokes. So anyways, I'm telling you, to go about the same amount that you did. Oh, I thought I took the brown all the way up to the top. I did not. I finished it off with white. But anyways, I did about the same amount of brown at the top that I did at the bottom. So then I put the white back up there, and then, yeah, I remember now. It's not like it's been that long ago. It's only been 2 days, I believe. 2 days. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, I did it on Monday. So, anyway, then I decide to go ahead and take the rope on the inside. Nope, I do it on the outside. So, I want to take it all the way up to the top to be more secure. As soon as I put it underneath, I realized that it's just not strong enough. It wouldn't be strong enough. So, and that's what ended up happening. It wasn't even strong enough for me to complete the wraparound. So I take the white and I'm going to go all the way up to the top with that, and then I'm going to wrap it with the brown rope. I'm going to wrap the handles with the brown rope, so it gives it a little contrast up there. So I'm still paying special attention to where the handle is. I thought about using wire. Man, I wished I would have used wire. To do it, I just thought, no, I want something a little bit thicker than wire. So I used that paper and then learned the hard way to go with your first instinct. But anyway, I'm just trying to keep everything even and cover it, all the way up to the top. And up there, I'm giving it extra glue to keep it secured all the way around. Nope. Yeah, I'm just making sure that that is extra secure up there. And I pull tight, by the way, when I'm wrapping that. Each time before I go to use the glue, I'm making sure that I pull it really tight. Excuse me. So, can I fit another row? I think I just go to the midpoint there. And then I cut it off. Or do I? Can't remember. I didn't cut it, so I must be going around it again. Nope. Yep. Nope. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to keep it from fraying before I cut it. That's what I did. I put some extra glue on it to so it wouldn't fray, so it wouldn't be real bad with the fray on the top of the. So now I'm going to go around it with one of the sections of the brown rope. I don't know what they call. They call one of them nautical rope. Do they call them both nautical rope? I can't remember. Just can't remember. So I'm just making sure that it's not frayed. And around we go. Okay, so I'm going to wrap the handle. Excuse me. I'm going to wrap the handle. So I'm going to go, in and out, round and around. And so it's going to leave a gap on the bucket where I didn't get the brown rope. I hope that makes sense. So that's still going to be rope free, because I'm going to wrap the rope and I'm going to keep on going around the bucket to the other side where I wrap the rope, and that leaves a bit there that doesn't get wrapped, or it doesn't get rope on it. See right there where I'm working, right below my fingers. So I go back with one of the extra pieces that I had, and I go back in there, and I yeah, see, I'm just being a little bit too hard with my cardboard there, but I actually put it in there, got confused, and then ended up pulling it back out the same way, so it did me no good. But anyways, you'll have to go back in with a piece of rope. I suppose you could have went all the way around and then just used the pieces on. So everything got loosened up, so we want them to stay tight there. So everything had gotten loosened up, And there I just tightened it back up again. So anyways, I go pretty rough on that rope, on that handle, but that one turned out really nice. So you can see then I just go on with the rope, and underneath that handle there's a no brown rope. So I know I've said it a lot of times in a lot of different ways. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I'm sure you do. So I won't say it again. Anyways, I'm going to wrap the other one, and it's going to break on me. But it all works out. Well, I just make sure that handle's not showing. I'll make sure that the plant goes over that side, because the plant is a pretty good sized plant. He passed away in 2019, so I've had it since then, and it was full and bushy when I first got it. It actually blooms quite a bit. For the most part, it's in a spot where I'm taking full rope. Oh, I forgot about that part. I'm taking full rope and going all the way around. I still have to come back and put and fill in those gaps where it didn't get any of the rope section, where I used the sections of the rope. But anyway, so I'll put the full rope all the way around. Geesh, I can't. It's because I was listening to Bob's Burgers. So I can tell you just about anything in any of the episodes that they say, but I can't tell you what I did 2 days ago. So, sorry about that. Sorry I'm a bumblehead. But anyway, this thing turns out looking really good. I bought 3 of these, and I had every intention of painting them and making them into planters, drilling holes in the bottom and whatnot. But they ended up sitting upstairs in my kitchen. They're still sitting there, and they've got junk in them. This one, I picked up this one to use, I think, as a garbage can. And it was down here with supplies in it. So I bought this one first. That's what happened. It had different supplies in it. And then I ended up buying 3 more to use as planters, but I just haven't done that yet. So here I am, just doing the same thing that I do, making sure that I don't have any big pieces sticking off. And I keep that on the back side, the same spot where we did all of our gluing and all. Excuse me, all of our gluing, all of our new pieces and whatnot. Okay, so here I am right below the handle. You can see the bucket, right underneath there. So I'm just twisting it up, making sure that, it looks nice, basically. And I wear a, what do you call it, spaghetti tee? Spaghetti strap. That I actually have on a tank top, but I'm not trying to show anything. I promise you. It's just that I needed to bring the camera up a little bit, and that's what I craft in. Even it can be 50 degrees down here, and that's all I wear is that. I have extra shirts down here just in case I get a chill. It doesn't happen very often. So that was the one that was broken. See, you can't really tell it too much. Oh, there it is. If you're really going to focus on it, you'll be able to tell. I could probably go back in with some twine and fix it. But anyways, I hope you like it. And here it is with my peace lily in it. I brought it downstairs to show you what it looks like with a plant in it. See my plant lilies, pretty, pretty, pretty. There's what it looks like. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit so you'll be able to see the handles and stuff on it. I just haven't done it yet. I did this just for the video. So I hope you like it. Let me know what you think, and let me know which one of these crafts are your favorite, my favorite is probably this one. I do like this home sign also. Spoiler alert, I mess it up. Just so you know. I stay with tradition. Okay, here's what you need. 3 paint stir sticks. You mark them at 16 inches, and then you mark them at 8 inches, and then you cut them on the marks, so you'll have 6 pieces. Then we're going to use 2 of the small, oh, those are the large stir sticks. They're like 17¼ inches. So I just went down to 16 so it would be even if I cut them in half. I am going to use 2 of the small stir sticks, which I believe I got from Lowe's. I'm going to say Lowe's. We tend to go to Lowe's a lot. I got some of my tools there and whatnot. I got my chop saw, and I got a staple gun that shoots nails also, brad nails. So anyways, this these miter shears, they're strong enough to get through this, but I'm not strong enough. So I thought on this one that I would just use things that I have on hand. I wouldn't use a saw, I wouldn't use the Cricut, just use things that I have, that most people that are crafting probably already have. I don't know that you have miter shears, but I had to use something to cut them, and I hate the X-Acto knife. I do use it, but I'm scared. You'll see me most of the time I pause it because I'm scared of it. I don't want you to see, I won't let it get close to my fingers, and sometimes I mess up because you need to put so much pressure on it, and I'm afraid that pressure is going to cause me to send it right through my finger or right through my leg like I did before. So I buried a carpet knife, I buried the whole blade in my leg, and once you do that, you're pretty wary. But sometimes you just put it in so much force, you're not thinking if that slips, where's it going to go, and you're coming towards your body. But on this, that one cut clean, but it hurt my fingers. I showed you my fingers there. But the rest of them, I cut them on both sides, and then I broke them, I snapped them. But when I snapped them, it left chunks on it. So it's not a clean cut. Since it's not a clean cut, I had to go in with my X-Acto knife and cut them down. I'm showing you there. Those 4 of them, I had to go in and cut, and they're not even because of the cut, and I didn't sand them. I should have sanded them, but I didn't. So, okay, so I put these all together, and you're not going to see the tops or the bottoms. So that's why I wasn't too concerned with them being perfectly even, and I'm showing you that they're kind of up and down. It's not because of my measuring, it's because of the miter shears, the fact that I just couldn't get through them. And I'm just showing you to use 2 of the smaller sticks and measure. The first one, I write a number 1 on it, so I know that goes on the top. Yeah, just put a little 1 on it, and then I write 2 on the next one. So I'm just making sure that it's even with the side that it's going to be on, with the top or the bottom. And then I just go ahead when I draw my line. So I wrote a 2 on it. When I draw my line, I use my ruler and draw a straight line, and then I just go ahead and draw that line onto the side, and then a little, which I should have done the first time, and then a little line on the front side so I know where to get it with my miter shears, so that when I flip it around I know exactly where the cut needs to be. Instead of going and measuring it out, I just used what I already had and drew a little line there so I know where to put the miter shears, which was smart, you know. I get lucky every now and then. I get lucky. Think about something. So I go ahead and cut as hard as I can. Then I turn it over and I do it again. And it pops it. And that was a clean cut. Just beautiful clean cut. And these sticks aren't as hard as the bigger sticks are. I don't know why. Well, the bigger sticks are, I guess they're the same width, are they? Maybe they're a little bit shorter, or a little bit narrower. That's the word, narrower. Well, anyway, I line these up, and when I go to put the glue on it, so I'm showing you, it's a number 2, but I'm showing you to make sure that the numbers are down, the measuring numbers on the stir sticks. But when I put the hot glue, or when I put the glue on, I don't think about that I need hot glue for each one of those sticks, so I only put the hot glue in certain spots. See, I'm rubbing my glue all over the place, and I didn't leave any room for the hot glue. I was just thinking, oh, just use, but you know, I needed to keep all those sticks together, not just the ones the hot glue touched. So I needed to have hot glue, you know, over the whole length of the board, of the piece. And I realize that here in a moment, because I can move, when I move it, that end piece wants to come off. So I'm just trying to make sure that I get both sides even, which I don't, because of the fact that I didn't put hot glue. So I should have put hot glue, a dot on each and every one of those pieces, but I did not do that. So when I pick this up, the piece comes loose, and I'm like, oh duh. I'm like, really, Terry? So then I actually counted too far down, so then I counted again to make sure that I'm right where it's supposed to be, and then I mess it all up by picking up that board. They're right there. See how it came loose? Well, I didn't make sure it went back up where it was supposed to. I show that I do it, but I should have clamped it right then. And then when I do this next part, somehow or another that piece of wood gets pulled down too far, and it makes it just a little bit uneven. Fortunately, once I get the rest of the stuff on it, you can't tell it. But anyway, so this is how we learn, I guess. And I'll probably turn around and do it again. You know, because it might be months before I make another sign like this, or it could be tomorrow, who knows. But anyway, so this is a heart off of the Valentine, the long Valentine heart, long Valentine signs from the Dollar Tree. See, I'm showing you where I was off on that. I should have been, you know, now I'm up frustrated. And then I'm like, oh well, life goes on. This is some glue I got. It's Crafter Square from Dollar General. It's like model glue, like when we used to make models. Anyway, so I'm going to try to put some hot glue on there, but my hot glue gun's not plugged in. So, yeah. But anyway, I used the Valentine signs to make faux wood doors, and they turned out fantastic. So you should go check out that video. It's in my videos. Faux wood doors. They turned out, oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. but I used 4 of the long Valentine signs from the Dollar Tree. I had them since January, and they're just hanging up there. And I watched a video from She's So Crafty, and where she made a couple doors out of long, she used like Halloween signs. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to use those. Even though I have saws and I can cut wood, I'm going to go ahead and use those signs up. And I am so glad I did. They're so gorgeous. They just turned out so good. So go check out that video. I guess I could link it in the description maybe. Actually I do know how to do it now. So I'll link it down in my description box. Yeah, so anyways, I'm using Dollar Tree letters. Oh, and that's a chalkboard heart from the Dollar Tree. So I used the metal heart that I got off of the Valentine sign, and then I used a chalkboard, easy for me to say, chalkboard heart from the Dollar Tree also. They have them hanging up in the Crafter's Square. Actually, I said that was the name of that glue that I used. And it says Crafter's Closet. It's Crafter's Closet glue, but it's from the Dollar General. And it is just like model glue. It smells like it and everything, but it's got a pretty quick set time on it. And I wanted to use that on the metal because, you know, hot glue and metal don't really go together. Okay, so I'm cutting a strip of burlap here to make sure that I have enough to cover my letters. And of course I very carefully cut the same square, the same line all the way down that burlap. And then I'm going to fray it out a little bit just to make it cute. I just thought, you know, it needs something. I wanted it to be natural wood, so I didn't want to paint it or stain it. So I thought, you know, what can I do to this just to make it pop out just a little bit more? So I painted the letters white, and I painted them so that you can see the streaks in them, which made them look a little more, I don't know, rustic, I guess. I debated like really hard on, so I left the marks with the chalk paint. That's Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. I left the streaks in them so that I could take the Waverly antique wax and paint them with that. So I mean, I really left a thick coat of chalk paint on them. And I thought, you know, it'll give them the streaks like they're rustic wood. But then I thought, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave them white. And and I'll show you the M, how it's, I think it's the M I show you, how it's got the streaks in it. I had way too much paint on the H. So you see me going back to the H and pulling some of the paint off to use on the other letters. But yeah, I really thought hard about going back over them with the Waverly antique wax, and I still think it would look cool as heck, but I wanted to leave this sign plain, just kind of plain. So I thought the white with the burlap was enough, you know, to make it pop. And I think it did. I think it did. That. So, new way to use the X-Acto knife there. So I'm going to show you the M here to show you the lines. Excuse me. Yeah, you can see them. So if I would have taken the antique wax over that, it would have made it look really cool. But I decided not to. And it looks like my video froze. Okay, so my video froze up on me for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll hit like and subscribe. And I hope you'll come back. Thank you.